In recent times, a lot of Lenovo laptops and many HP laptops, they come with this little trim that runs from left to right on your laptop. And it's really there just for cosmetic purpose and to keep a cover on the hinge and protect it from dust going inside the machine. It's mainly for an accent. But when these things fall out, it's not because they're bored and they just choose to leave. It's usually because something broke away. If you look on this side, you'll see where there's a little pin that is still connected, but if you swivel over and look at the other side, you will see that it's very clear that something was there, but it's no longer there. So this cover, this what we call a hinge trim, will definitely need to be replaced. And so the next thing I can see very clearly upon just initial inspection is that there is a break in the back cover of the laptop. This suggests immediately that this back cover will need to be changed. If it is that the hinge connectors are actually fine, sometimes because this part of the back cover doesn't carry any real pressure, you may be able to apply an adhesive from the inside that can keep this crack from going any further. But if the hinges are damaged on the inside, the hinge connectors, then you definitely have to change the back cover. So we're going to look in and see what's going on. So we're going to do an even deeper inspection by removing the bottom cover and taking a closer look on the inside to see exactly where the damage is. So we have identified a culprit. The bottom cover for sure needs to be changed, as there is this mega crack right here at the side. This is the side where the bottom cover meets the hinge and it keeps the bottom cover connected to the palm rest. So there are multiple screws going around the bottom cover. Many of them are redundant. They're just there to keep things together, but they're not really that important. The most two important screws, or three, would be 1, 2 in the middle, and 3 at the other corner. So once we're able to get the bottom cover off with much stress, we recognize that the part of the hinge that clings onto the bottom cover and also onto the palm rest is damaged. If you look underneath, you can see clearly where the screw sets into the palm rest is totally damaged, and the one that keeps the back cover on is also damaged, and there's this other screw that is probably just hanging on by a thread. So absolutely a palm rest is needed, because that is the most important part of getting the hinge to swing. Just to bring you in a little closer for you to see clearly what's going on the inside. So while sometimes it may seem as if it's just a little problem, it just need a little glue or a little adhesive to keep it back together, there is absolutely nothing here to hold the hinge onto the palm rest. The palm rest screw receivers are totally shattered. It appears that someone did some patchwork to this machine before and may have lasted for a while, but now it is back to its original state. If you look closely up at the top here, you'll see where a piece of the hinge bracket is also sticking out very close to a component, that black component there, which in any time soon it would have shifted and cracked that component or tore it off the board completely, and then that's a more major issue as it turns into a motherboard issue. So definitely a palm rest is needed, and upon close inspection of the hinge connector on the back cover, on the inside, they are also separated, but it has been held together by some snaps on the bezel that keep it together. So the back cover is needed, the hinge cover is needed, the trim, the palm rest is needed, and the bottom cover, which has these damages, these cracks and this break here, also need to be changed. So it's a full, complete rehousing for this machine. Here at i5 Jamaica Services, we specialize in housing replacements and factory grade refurbishing services. So see us first at hi5jamaica.com or 1-876-367-1220 for all your computer repair needs. We are your #1 choice.